Hello everyone, and welcome back. So, we're going to be doing a little bit of a discussion format for these videos, and this is going to be the best way of setting up your MEW for the MEW2 Terror Raids, the mightiest MEW2. I have not changed my Terror type over to the correct typing yet, and of course MEW will always come with the classic ribbon. So, we're going to really go over how to properly set up the MEW, and what moves are really going to be best for it. One of the moves, see, blurred out. There's a reason for that. It's a bit of a complicated move, and we'll take some explanation for why that move is so important going forward. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to show the proper effort value stat spread for this MEW, because I've actually run the numbers for what MEW stats would actually be. And effectively, with the 50% boost and maximum training for every stat, MEW would basically have a 201 base physical 1 base HP, and for its defense, well, special defense, would be 130, when it's normally 100. So, yeah, this thing is pretty bulky. It's about a bit like, not necessarily Blissey level HP or Chansey level HP, but well above Snorlax level HP. It's insane. So, as you can see right there, we used 26 HP up to max out its HP, and very likely MEW2 is going to be either specially based or exclusively special. So you're going to want 26 HP ups and 26 zincs to max out this thing's special defense. And now if we go over to the mints, there you go, mints. The ideal mint, mine is presently a timid nature MEW, so you're going to want to change it over to a calm nature MEW. It is on the MEW. This will drop its physical attack, increase its special defense. So that is the proper stat spread for MEW. So it still says timid nature, but timid. It's now calm functionally. So minus attack, special defense. That is ideally what you're going to want for these stats. So if you've done your training correctly, this is what your MEW should look like in terms of stats. Max HP will be 404. And your special defense will be a max of 328. If it is not mapped, you need to go use bottle caps to max it out. But now, we'll explain the moves, and if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. You guys are the ones that keep all the stuff on here going. But as for the moves, you'll be wanting Struggle Bug. Reason why Struggle Bug always drops special attack. Again, MEW2 is specially based. It's going to be crushing its special attack, so it can't really do much damage to your allies. Acid Spray. Bar none, the best support move in the entire game when it comes to crushing special defense. Even if the Terra Shield is up, this will still bypass that to still drop its special defense by 2 stages. Insanely broken. And now, its final move can actually either be Life Dew, or it can be Helping Hand. This is sort of the one where you can do a bunch of different things on it. I would say Life Dew would maybe be the best. The main reason for this is MEW2 is pretty insanely offensive based, and your attackers are not necessarily going to be the bulkiest, so keeping them topped off on HP is pretty good. But before we go to the final move, we're going to need a little bit of an explanation for how this move works, because again, it's a bit of an awkward move that most people don't really know about. And yes, my Terra type is Steel. That is going to be changed over to Terra Dark. Dark is the single best Terra typing for this, and the best typing for fighting MEW2 as is. Mostly because it's probably not going to have Aura Sphere. They're specifically recommending Dark types, so it is very unlikely MEW2 will actually be Dark. It will actually have a Dark type answer itself. All it gets for that is Aura Sphere or Focus Blast for special attacks, and likely they are building in a very easy counter system for this thing because of previous Terror Raids. There's not really been easy ways of beating them. And for MEW2, they want to make a big deal out of this thing. They can make it pretty hard, but if people can't easily beat it, people are going to be mad. That's why Grimmsnarl should be standard on every team, at least as a support bring-in. Well, Grimmsnarl or Alolan Muck. The reason why, Dark Poison. Yes, MEW2 has the potential for Aura Sphere or Focus Blast, which is super effective against Dark. However, it does not get Earth Power, and it has no special Steel and no special Fairy moves. Meaning, if it needs to go for that, it's going to have to go for either Iron Tail to hit Grimmsnarl, or Earthquake to hit the Alolan Muck, which its physical attack is not nearly that impressive. So they're very safe. And that's where this move comes in. Reflect type. The way this works is the target. The way that Reflect type works is the user reflects the target's type to become the same type as the target. Sounds a bit awkward and a bit of a mouthful. Basically what it does is it turns Mew's typing into the typing of the Pokemon you're using it against. This means Mew will retain its insane stats with its good move pool without needing to use a move like Transform. A lot of people are going for Transform on this thing. And that's not the right play. You want to go for Reflect type. So you can take Grimmsnarl's typing, keep Mew's good moves, Mew's great stats. Because remember, Mew's getting a 20% buff to every stat other than HP, which is a 50% boost. Mew is going to be almost unstoppable defensively. Offensively, it's not that good. But defensively and support-wise, it is perfect. By turning into a Fairy Dark or Dark Poison, MEWTWO cannot really hurt you. I've run a lot of the numbers with this stat setup. MEWTWO with Shadow Ball will need 5 hits to knock Mew out, assuming it doesn't use a move like Calm Mind or Nasty Plot. And that's also if you are not using, say, Struggle Bug to debuff it. So that's with a super effective Shadow Ball. Now, imagine you're going into neutral hits only. You're basically not going down. And if you're using Life Dew, you're keeping your HP higher than what MEWTWO is actually doing out. You're not going to go down. This, again, paired up with Acid Spray, paired up with Struggle Bug, lets the support attackers rip through it. We'll do a more comprehensive video on the attackers and your other general support options more comprehensively there. This is really about Mew proper, because I know a lot of people really want to use their Mew, get that Mightiest Mark, and, get that special thing. Whereas the other one, there's a lot more options to really use against MEWTWO. Again, we've already gone over a few of them, but you're going to be wanting a Grimmsnarl or a Alolan Muck at all times for Reflect type. Even if Mew can't turn in to a Dark Poison or Dark Fairy, it still really isn't going to go down, and it can do okay in its Psychic type as is. You're going to want to Terastallize into Dark. The main reason for this, with all the Shadow Balls MEWTWO is going to be throwing out, there's a very good chance you're going to get debuffed on Special Defense with Shadow Ball. Even if it has Aura Sphere, it is best to go with a move that will never miss, but has no stat debuff chance, than it is to have a Pokemon with a move that has a chance of debuffing your stats. Especially when it is purging its own debuffs, it's best to go with the safest option. The other reason why you want to go for Dark and not, say, Bug or Steel is that Psystrike and actually Psychic itself, when boosted by the Terra typing, because they double that move's power rather than a 50% boost, would have a neutral Psychic or Psystrike be hitting even harder than a super effective Shadow Ball. So that means neutral Shadow Ball is weaker than a resisted Psystrike or Psychic. So you want to go for the complete immunity. You want to lock out that Psystrike or Psychic as hard as possible. The other reason for potentially locking out Psystrike is if you're speccing Mew into Special Defense, because that is most likely what MEWTWO is going to be running in terms of its most moves, Psystrike targets your physical defense. Meaning any buffs you put into your Special Defense will completely get bypassed. So, completely avoiding that issue is the best policy. But yeah, that's your best setups for the Mew. You're going to want Terra Dark. Again, mine is still not changed over from Terra Steel yet. Yeah, amusingly, my Mew actually did start out as Terra Steel. I had a good laugh about that when I first saw it. But best way to set it up are those 4 moves. Again, you can swap out Life Dew for Helping Hand if you feel so inclined. And if you don't want to rely on an ally bringing in a certain Pokemon, then yes, you can also forego Reflect type. However, Reflect type is still pretty much your best thing. You can change your typing at will, and you don't need to rely on the Terra charge. The main issue with changing Mew's Terra typing into Dark is that MEWTWO will Terra charge Steel, and any status moves that you use will not help debuff the gauge. So you're going to be taking 3-4 hits minimum before you can Terastallize, and if MEWTWO is running Shadow Ball and you haven't built your stats into extremely specially defensive, you're going to get taken out by Shadow Ball before that happens. So everything after Terrasilize kind of doesn't matter if Mew doesn't live long enough. You want to keep Mew alive as long as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to go with. I am looking forward to these MEW2 Terror Raids. Again, we got the counter guide video for that coming out. And if you like what you see here, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more. Comment below what your thoughts on this and what your Mew build is going to be. And check out the other videos we do on here. We do a lot of Pokemon stuff, we do shiny huntings, occasionally battles with viewers. And we're playing Mr. Dungeon. Got some plans for shiny hunting full Lugia back in Soul Silver after doing a full playthrough of the game. We got a lot of plans for things. Also full out shiny Arceus hunt. Got a lot of fun things planned. You'll enjoy it. As well as we do Let's Plays of other games, mostly blind Legend of Zelda games, and, well, blind games in general lately. We always ask for crowdsource ideas. If I could come up with an idea, I like to ask you guys for ideas. Well, see you guys next time.